Sholadeji, a lot has been happening as regards politics and happenings in the polity. And of course, tonight we have a lot to dissect on this particular day. This is the day the Lord has made. Nigeria's insecurity. A lot has been going on. What is going on? The U.S. Agents, or should I say lawmakers that came to Nigeria, what is happening? What is their fact finding? What did they find in Nigeria? How did they create an embarrassment for Reno Omokri? We have a lot to cover tonight. We have a lot to dissect on this day. So we would see how far we can go on this episode of Politics with your sure plug. You will recall that there have been a lot of insecurity issues in Nigeria, and at a particular time, I dissect the issues as regards what is happening, what the US is having against Nigeria. Serena, I see you. Florence Ophili, I see you. Tell me where you are watching me from. Say hi to me. Tell me where you are watching me from at this point in time. Let me know what part of the world are you watching me from. A lot is happening, and on this episode, we will be dissecting it. Reno Omokri was embarrassed. Mike Arnold, a former U.S. mayor, was, should I say, imported, if I can use that word, all the way to Nigeria. And at the end of the day, the Nigerian government, through Reno Omokri, according to the testimony of Mark Arnold, that invited Mark Arnold to Nigeria, if it was eventually left embarrassed. And I have a lot for you as regards that. I have some videos to play for you. I will be telling you what went on between Reno Omokri and Mark Arnold. Some of you would have heard that particular issue or story. I was to bring it live for you the day before, but then I was quite busy. Florence Ophiri says Vienna in the United States. Owochio Okwe says, live from the ancient city of Ibadan. Okay, great to have you, Owochie Okwe. If you are watching me, say hi to me. Tell me where you are watching me from. This is the day the Lord has made, and of course, we will politic and be glad in it. Insecurity in Nigeria. How did they indict Bola Tinubu? I have a lot to break down for you. First, let me share my outline with you. Afolabi Adeliyi, one of my regular viewers. Shout out to you, my dear brother. Great to have you. He says, hi, Dr. D from USA. God bless you. Have a good show. God bless you too, my dear brother. God bless you, sir. Tonight, what do I have for you? I have a lot for you. Patrick, watching me from Lagos, shout out to you. I will be going to what I call the genesis. What do I mean, the genesis? This genesis will be very brief because I have done a whole live stream on some of them, but then I will give you just like maybe 5-10 minutes summary in case you missed that live and to refresh your brain. That's a very solid background for tonight's live. Then after that, I will be telling you who is Reno Omokri. For instance, you know Reno Omokri, that Reno Omokri, former spokesman to Goodluck Jonathan, he called himself table shaker, he usually present what they call Reno Nugget and all that. But in the real sense, who is Reno Omokri? What can we unmask about Reno Omokri? Then I will be telling you about the U.S. lawmaker and, should I say, filmmaker that was imported into Nigeria to come and, in quote, on a fact-finding mission. You know that it is very embarrassing when you import somebody into a country and you try to orchestrate a script, hoping that those people will play along, or you'll be able to convince them that, yes, you are on the right track, the right thing is done, and at the end of the day, they end up embarrassing you. If you are watching me, press the love button. Help me press it as much as possible. It's a good exercise for your fingers. Give me likes, share this video, let others get to participate as well. So help me press the love button. You can press it as much as you want. It's absolutely a good exercise for your fingers. So I will be telling you about how they import. You see, the Tinubu presidency. In fact, I don't know the spirit that is guiding them, but I will tell you how they allegedly imported this lawmaker and the filmmaker that end up embarrassing the Tinubu presidency. If you are the one pressing the love button, God bless you. I quite appreciate you. Press it as much as possible. It's a good exercise for your fingers. God bless you. Thanks for doing that for me. And I would be telling you how all those people that were imported into Nigeria, how they refuse to be cajoled, how they refuse to be bought. They usually say, he who paid the viper dictates the tune. But in this instance, unfortunately, the one that paid the viper, failed to dictate the tune. And I will be telling you about Mike Arnold. I will be going to read what he said about Reno Omokri. He said Reno dey lie. He said Reno use car wey no be him own. He dey use am then gepo. I will share everything with you. He said Reno wants to be vice president of Nigeria in 2031. That is why he is doing all what he's doing. We will go to the page and I will read it for you. It's long epistle, then we would dissect it. And that is why I said anytime you are participating in my live stream, make sure you are well prepared, because I will be blowing you away at some point in time. Quite a lot that I have for you tonight. And then after that, I will be talking about Reno's sudden love for Bola Ahmed Tinubu and some of the gimmicks that he has been playing to present himself, and how this will eventually backfire. Then I will be telling you about Fixer. Is Reno operating like a fixer? Who are fixers? If you know what fixers mean, fine. If you don't know what fixers mean, I will be telling you when they say fixer, I will be giving you examples of what I mean by fixer. And also, I won't go without talking about this obsession with Mr. Peter Obi and also the vice presidential ambition of Reno Omokri as exposed by the American citizen, former US Mayor Mike Arnold. So we have a lot to cover today. First, let me talk about what I call the genesis. I see you, One Love, saying I Kenneth Ezejiofo. I see you, Doru Boniface. I see you, and Godwin from Atlanta, Georgia. I see you. Great to have all of you. Help me share this video. Let others get to see it. Press the love button. Like this video if you are yet to. Let it go as far as it can. Now, the genesis. You see, if you really want to enjoy this life, make sure you watch it for as long as possible. Yes, you will miss some things. Those of you that usually join my life halfway, you understand what I mean. Now, the genesis. What do I mean by that? How did it all evolve that Bola Ahmed Tinubu end up being embarrassed? And what will happen in the next days, it will shock you. But then it will not shock you because you have already participated in a life like this, so you would understand some certain things. Now, the US is arguing. Amao Olufemi, I see you. Blessing Chi Basil. This Blessing Chi Basil sounds familiar. I think you are one of my regular viewers because your name sounds Blessing Chi Basil. I've been seeing that name quite a while. Shout out to you. Great to have you. Where are you watching me from? Blessing Chibazu. Amolu Afemi, I see you. I think Amolu joined my channel not too long ago, but I've seen that name before. Say hi to me and tell me where you are watching me from in this part of the world. Now, the genesis. The US is arguing that Christians are soft. Don Silvevo, I see you. Don Silvevo is one of my, should I say, ancient viewers. Great to have you, Don Silvevo. Like this video and press the love button. If you are one of my favorite viewers, I believe that's one thing that you can always do for me. Help me press it as much as you can, and let's continue to enjoy ourselves. Now, I have a link. I have a YouTube link that you can join. And if you have something to say, tell me. I will call the WhatsApp number. You can call in. And there is a YouTube link for tonight's live that if you dial in, you would be with me live and we'll be seeing each other. This is the day the Lord has made. Let's pull it in and be glad in a blessing. Watching me from Oxford. Pascal Okoro watching me from Germany. Ben Ukeagu watching me from London. Great to have all of you. Now, the genesis. Christians suffering injustice. Now, the injustice that the Christians are suffering has an occupational dimension. They are not just suffering injustice just because, I think, should I say it is unfortunate? I think I can put it that way. That according to the US, Christians are suffering injustice. But are Christians suffering injustice? Yes. But the injustice is mainly bettered out of occupation and greed. Occupation in some, like I said, I'll just give a brief summary before I go into who is Reno Omokri. And I'm sure you don't want to miss that. But if I don't give this brief summary of the genesis, definitely you would understand what I'm saying. So it is not that Christians are just suffering. No, there is an occupational dimension to it. There is an historical dimension to it. And also there is an should I say, impunity or location dimension to it. First, the occupational farmer herders. Most of the people that are doing farming, most of them, particularly in the north central areas, majority of them are Christians. Now, the herders are Muslims. The herders, mainly from the Hausa Fulani ethnic stock, majority of them, or should I say all of them, are Muslim. Now, herding, rearing cattle, is the occupation of the Fulani ethnic stock, just as agriculture is the, should I say, ethnic occupation of like the people in the Niger Delta. They are mainly farmers and fishermen. So these herders will want to migrate because despite the fact that they are Fulanis from the north, they need the crops of the farmers for their cattle to survive. And the land that they are in the north, it is a dry land. There's inadequate water resources. There is inadequate vegetation for their cattle to feed on. And some of them, they want to be economical in the sense that when they are coming from the north, instead of them to transport the cow and make it fast because they want to save costs, they will decide to go by road. And that is why today no ethnic group knows the forest of Nigeria like the Hausa Fulanis. Take note of that. There is no ethnic group in Nigeria that understand the forest terrain of Nigeria like those herders, in the sense that they know with the way the bush that they will pass from one place to another place. Before you know it, from Abuja, they're already in Benue State. In fact, from far north Yobe State, they will pass the bush from one place to another place to another. And before you know it, they are in Benue State. From Benue State, before you know it, they will move to whatever state that is next. And before you know it, they can even find themselves in Ogun State or Lagos State. So they know the terrain because they are trying to save costs. So rather than for them to move the cattle by bus or any other means of transportation, they will decide to trek. And in the process of trekking, their cattle must survive. And what would their cattle survive on in the midst of thick bush as they are traveling? What their cattle can survive on is, of course, the crops and the vegetation of the herders. And the herders began to resist them that, oh no, you cannot be tampering with our crops. And when that occurred, at the end of the day, definitely the herders, the farmers were resisting them. But at the end of the day, the herders have no choice, because whether you like it or not, their cattle must survive. And at the end of the day, it led to issue between them, and it got blew out of proportion. Now there is another dimension to it, which is that of cattle rustling. The Hausa Fulanis, they would have targeted themselves if they are migrating their cattle. Some of them who happens to be Hausa Fulani will also come and rustle those cattle, which means that they will come and steal those cattle from them. They will injure them. Some of them will even shoot them or kill them, and they may rustle like 500 cattle, 1,000 cattle, and these Hausa Fulanis will go into debt. So they now decide that they will be protecting themselves, and they got arms and ammunition. And that is where you see that the Hausa Fulanis were now getting AK-47. Don't forget that the Fulanis, they are many in Mali before the Malian government decide to say that, oh, they will deal with them. So when they got this AK-47, it was easy for them to purchase while migrating from Mali, while migrating from Sudan. And because Nigerian government happened to be one of the most relaxed government, as far as there's money to steal, as far as there's things to enjoy, as far as there's goodies, trust me, Nigerian government doesn't seem to care so far as money is flowing. So the Nigerian porous borders was being used by this Hausa Fulani ethnic stock to import arms just to protect themselves. And at the end of the day, when the farmers were resisting them, they definitely will shoot some of them, and it led to killings. Another part, I mentioned greed at the beginning. The greed is that some of them, while they are migrating from the north down to the south, some of them believe that, oh, we also can own land, based on the Uthman and Fodio mentality that, oh, if you throw one Quran or something, it will land in the Atlantic Ocean. That mentality that, oh, Uthman and Fodio, jihad war, every land is our land and all that. So some of them, got thirsty for other people's land. They want those lands because they see that it will be profitable for them, and the farmers definitely will resist. So they say absolute power corrupts absolutely. People that don't use arms and ammunitions before, now they have the arms and ammunitions, and some of them have been radicalized. Some of them are not Boko Haram, but they believe, they subscribe in the ideals of Boko Haram. I have said it before that, you see, the reason why Boko Haram menace have not been resolved in Nigeria is because, you see, some of Nigerian leaders, some of them believe in the ideology of Boko Haram, but they do not want to support Boko Haram because they know that if Boko Haram takes over and they create an Islamic State in Nigeria, they won't be one of the leaders that will be administering the affairs of Nigeria. So that means that there is a conflict of interest. Number one, they are interested in an Islamic State. Number two, they are profiting from the existing system. So that's why you will have a situation whereby Boko Haram exists, but it will not go, in the sense that they will just be handling it in the sense that it will still have a life of its own, but it won't be eradicated. They don't want Boko Haram to have an Islamic State, and at the same time, they don't want Boko Haram to they don't want the Nigerian state to stop existing. So if you look at it very well, you can see that some of them, they subscribe to these ideals, and they decide that, they will begin to take the land. The farmers were resisting. Then the Buhari era came. When Buhari came, with his ethnic, issue and all that, it wasn't well tackled, and it blew out of proportion, particularly the works of these elders. It blew out of proportion. They were behaving the way they like. Now, those Christian communities that also doubles as farmers, I said that there's a religious dimension to it. Most of them, they cry out to the government. Government wasn't helpful. Then they began to cry out to the international NGOs, just like Saruwiwa did during his own time. And the international NGOs, the reputable ones, are in America, and before you know it, it gained the attention of the US government. The US government got interested, but then the narrative that was largely sold is that Christians are being killed. Maybe the US government do not understand that, most of these Christians, some of them are also farmers. So that narrative got sold to the US government, and the international NGOs, particularly from the United States, they now started looking into the issue of Nigeria. And guess what? When they started looking into the issues of Nigeria, most of the things those farmers were saying, they were seeing it that, this thing is true. They were seeing the injustice. They were seeing some of the negatives that were happening during the Buhari government. So it became a major issue of interest. And you know that there's one thing in Nigeria. There's what we call impunity in high places. What do I mean by that? Let me say it to my people in the comment section. Ben Ocholi, I see you. Okubadejo Idris, I see you. Say hi to me. Tell me where you are watching me from, and help me like this video. Press the love button. Let us continue to enjoy ourselves. I have a lot for you tonight. I have a package, a very solid package for you tonight. All you just need is to stay with me. Okubadejo Idris, I see you. God bless you. Great to have all of you. So at the end of the day, the United States government gained interest in what is happening in Nigeria. And when they gained that particular interest, guess what? The government of Donald Trump at this point in time has this, Christian-centric approach, if I can put it that way, in the sense that it is a U.S. government policy at this present point in time that anything that has to do with that Christians' rights must be protected. And of course, you can trace back to, that of 9/11, Hamas, ISWAP, the global terrorism dynamics. If you understand it, you understand where the United States is coming from. So that narrative was sold to the U.S. government, and the U.S. government bought it, particularly the government of Donald Trump. Now, there is a senator in the United States called Ted Cruz. Senator Ted Cruz was one of those that bought that narrative, and he decided to crusade all around the United States that, there's something happening in Nigeria. There's another one, Bill Maher. Bill Maher is another person that gained interest in it, and there's another person I'm trying to remember his name now, but there are some US citizens that gain interest in it, and most of them, they are either politicians, they are either members of international NGO, they are either boxer, like There's one I can't. Ryan Garcia. Ryan Garcia. Yeah, Ryan Garcia is the boxer. Ryan Garcia gained interest, and most all these people, as they are gaining interest, that issue was gaining a life of its own, because if Ryan Garcia, who happens to be an American boxer, share it on his platform, a lot of people will see it. Bill Maher, who happens to be a comedian that is influential, immediately he shares, something about Nigeria, people will see it. Senator Ted Cruz have access to the United States legislative chamber. Then there's another one, Steve something. I can't remember his name now. Steve something's. I really can't remember. Is it Steve Arnold or something? No, it's Mike Arnold. Not Steve, but there's one called Steve, and all these people, they gain interest in what is happening in the in Nigeria, particularly northern Nigeria. Now, let me give you an assignment. If you are watching me right now, at the end of this video, you may want to ask: is there persecution of Christians in Nigeria? Is there really a genocidal act against Christians? Now, what I want you to do is, after this live, or when you are free, just type Christian persecution Nigeria, or Christian genocide, or Christian killing Nigeria. Just use any of those keywords, and or you can say Christian persecution northern Nigeria. Now, those are keywords. If you put it on YouTube, you will see some shocking videos of how some Christian communities were being sacked, of how some Christian communities were being dealt with. It's not everything that make it to the news. There are some news that you won't even hear of. There are some news that you won't even know that something like that is going on. So if you go to YouTube, you will get some shocking details of how people were burying their dead, of how people call on Nigerian government. You will hear some shocking narratives like that of Bishop Wilfred Anagbe that testified against Nigeria, that testified against Nigerian government during Buhari era in the United States Congress. Some of you don't know. Well, because the Biden administration, who happens to be an offspring of the Obama administration, the administration of the Democratic Party, they are sympathetic to the APC. Some of you already know the politics, how Obama orchestrated, or should I say influenced, or gave APC backing for the sacking of Goodluck Jonathan. So the APC government is in tune with the Democrat. So when Bishop Wilfred Anagbe, a Nigerian, when he appeared at the U.S. Congress, he made a request, which is that please declare Nigeria a country of particular concern. He said that, if you declare Nigeria a country of particular concern, it will make Nigerian government to sit tight. If Nigeria is declared a country of particular concern, it means that the eyes of the United States will be on Nigeria. They won't be able to sell arms to Nigeria. They won't give Nigeria the necessary military support. They won't give Nigeria the necessary aid. And it is not just United States alone. Their allies, Germany, UK, Canada, France, all the allies of the United States will also join the United States in avoiding Nigeria. So it usually have this security and economic effect. So Bishop Wilfred Anagbe made that particular request. Now, as God will have it, Donald Trump came back as the president of United States, and the United States government has a policy that rights of Christians must be protected. That is, it is a government policy in the United States. You know that every government usually comes with its own policy. So Donald Trump is, should I say, Christian-centric, just as the Buhari government in Nigeria is Fulani-centric. You understand what I mean by that? Now, as the Buhari government is northern-centric, the government of Donald Trump, we need to state the fact, is also Christian-centric, because I did a live at a particular time and I played you the video of the U.S. Vice President J.D. Vance, where he declared that Christians must have right to live in Nigeria without facing any form of persecution. So that is the background. Now, what now happened recently? Before I go to who is Reno Omokri, I gave you an outline of who Reno Omokri is, and when I tell you about him, then we'll go to Mike Arnold. I will be sharing the post of Mike Arnold with you, the U.S. lawmaker that rubbish Reno Omokri. Nigerian media, I don't know what's wrong with them. They didn't give that particular topic, a much life as they are supposed to give it. They didn't treat it well. I live stream arise, and I think it was just tweeted on what's trending, and I'm like, wow, this is beyond what's trending. You cannot cover this particular topic, dissect it, pieces it, expose people that are lying to Nigerians, expose people that are trying to, should I say, the real evil ones of Nigeria. I know they will say, oh, patriotism, patriotism. Expose the people that are wearing the marks of patriotism, but not knowing that they themselves are not patriotic. So we'll go into what I call who is Reno Omokri. That is, so you get that particular background that I just laid. But before I do that, let me acknowledge some of my people. Ola Abimbola, I see you. Great to have you. Sorry, sometimes I close my eyes because I have a very heavy light in front of me, and sometimes it could it strain my eyes. So Anila Phillips is saying persecution of Christians in Nigeria is real. And business talk 01 says, great. Say hi to me. Tell me where you are watching me from. Diaspora Diva says this came from Shetima. This came after Shetima went to UN to support Palestine. No, it has been before that time. It is not when Shetima went to the United States to support Palestine. That is not the way it is, Diaspora Diva. It has been on, and that is why I gave a background whereby I trace it way back to the administration of Joe Biden, right? And when Shetima went to UN to support Palestine, that was just a reset on. This thing has been occurring over time, but then it gained a life of its own, a dangerous one during the Buhari administration. Because Buhari himself is an elder, and anything the elder could do, they could do no wrong at that point in time, and it gained a life of its own. So now, when this issue was blowing out of proportion, it was reported in the United States Congress. I'm trying to search if I have the video here. God help me to see one of the videos. Maybe I can play it for you. Okay, let me just refresh your memory. I have two videos here. The day I did that particular live and I broke it down, I had like maybe 6 to 8 videos, but I have two here. I have three precisely. So the background that I have given now as regards the policy of the United States, let me quickly play you Emmanuel Isosa, I see you. Make Tech NG, Ayala Phillips, I see you. Adebayo Abdul Fatai, I see you. Great to have all of you. Share this video, give me likes, press the love button. It's a good exercise for your finger. Business Talk 001 watching from Lagos. Great to have all of you. Now, the background that I just gave, I mentioned Bishop Wilfred Anagbe. You remember? Now, I have the video here. Let me quickly play it for you before I go to who is Reno Omokri and some of the action that he has been taking. Say hi to me. Tell me where you are watching me from. But if you just say hi, I won't read your comment. Let me know when you are watching, where you are watching me from. Now, let me quickly play you that of Bishop Wilfred Anagbe. I have the one of the U.S. Vice President J.D. Vance. Then I have the one of Bill Maher. Let me quickly play you this video back to back, and we'll go to then we'll now continue with the analysis. These are some of the names that I've mentioned in the background that I just gave. These are some of the names that I mentioned. So let me play you their short video so that you understand what I'm saying. So let me first play you that of Bishop Wilfred Anagbe before we go into who is Reno Omokri and how Reno Omokri got himself involved. Let me play you this video from Bishop Wilfred Anagbe. I want to make sure that I have my sound right and everything is going on fine for me to bring it to you. Let me open video player so it will be okay. Let me play you the video. First, let me show this is this is Bishop Wilfred Anagbe in US Congress. He was sitting in the United States Congress, and you can see one of the US legislature, Tony Perkins, you can see him seated by his side. This is Bishop Wilfred Anagbe when he gave testimony against Nigeria in the United States Congress. You can see Bishop Wilfred Anagbe. Let me quickly play you because I mentioned all this name in the background. So definitely you may just think maybe, oh, I'm just speaking, but I just remember that I have some of the video. Quickly, Bishop Wilfred Anadbe, where he said Nigeria should be declared country of particular concern. Let's play.
And I plead, I ask you to redesignate Nigeria as a country of particular concern. This has both a practical and diplomatic meaning to signal that you are paying attention to what happens to us.
You heard it, Bishop Wilfred Anadbe. Quickly, because I didn't even have the plan to play because I played it in one of my live stream before. Let me quickly play you that of the U.S. Vice President, J.D. Vance. If you are watching me, you are yet to subscribe to this channel, turn on your notification button, press the love button, share this video, let others get to see it as well. Now I present to you quickly the video of J.D. Vance, Vice President, United States of America, what he has to say about Nigeria. Now, listen to it very well. I'll just play it once because I didn't have plan to play it. I've played it before in my live stream. Now, J.D. Vance.
President of my lifetime, President Trump has pursued a path of peace. And we very often, I think, ignore the way in which our foreign policy is either an instrument or an impediment to people all over the world being able to practice their faith. And we know, and as of course I learned at this breakfast last year, I believe there was some Nigerian priests who were being...
Did you hear that? Sorry, I need to put it. I believe there was some Nigerian... I will reverse it back a bit. You would hear it again where he talked about Nigerian priests. I think he wants to say that was murdered. Let me just reverse it back a little bit. Now let's have it.
I believe there were some Nigerian priests who were being persecuted and were trying to protect...
Let me reverse it back again.
At this breakfast last year, I believe there were some Nigerian priests who were being persecuted and were trying to protect their flock despite incredible persecution. We know that some of the biggest groups that are persecuted all over the world today are Christians. And the Trump administration promises you that whether it's here at home with our own citizens or all over the world, we will be the biggest defenders of religious liberty and the rights of conscience.
When I told you that defending Christians is a policy of the United States government, some of you that are lazy to read or you don't follow the news, we think, oh, it's a lie or another. The man you just watch is J.D. Vance, Vice President, United States of America. If Trump permit today, if you buy today, this will be the man that will be immediately sworn in as the president of the United States. He is the number 2 man of United States of America. Now, the last one, I have like 12 different videos as regards, this particular topic. But let me just play you the third one, then I go further in the analysis. Now, this is Bill Maher. Let me play you that, then we go into... Now, Bill Maher, right? And you can see the flag of Nigeria. Now, let's watch this particular video before I continue.
I mean, the fact that this issue has not gotten on people's radar.
Right, no one's talking about it.
It's pretty amazing. If you don't know what's going on in Nigeria, your media sources suck. You are in a bubble. And again, I'm not a Christian, but they are systematically killing the Christians in Nigeria. They've killed over 100,000 since 2009. They've burned 18,000 churches. This is so much more. These are the Islamists, Boko Haram. This is so much more of a genocide attempt than what is going on in Gaza. They are literally attempting to wipe out the Christian population of an entire country. Where are the kids protesting this?
Thank you. No one will talk about it, so thank you.
Absolutely.
So now, there you have it. You can see the narrative as it was flowing in the Christian media from influencers to boxers, from boxers to pastors, from pastors to government, from government to the legislature in the United States. So as this was happening, the Nigerian government, they felt concerned, and at the end of the day, the Nigerian government was pretending as if they weren't panicking, but at the end of the day, it was revealed that Nigerian government was panicking, and they felt very concerned, and they are afraid of the sanction of Donald Trump because they know that Trump can come heavily on Nigeria, and you know that the president, with profound respect to him, already have some issues that he's trying to solve in the United States. So they were looking for how to fix the particular situation. They are thinking of what to do. How can they escape the situation at hand? This thing is gaining life in the United States. Christian persecution, genocide in Nigeria, insecurity, murder. Artists are saying it, comedians are saying it, boxers are saying it, the US vice president is even saying it, and the only person that has not mentioned it is Donald Trump. But then, sooner or later, Donald Trump will eventually mention it, because if the vice believe that that is going on for instance, anything Shetima believes in, definitely you can expect that, well, Tinubu will also get to hear of it. So Nigerian government was thinking, how do we fix this situation in such a way that Trump will not sanction us? And that is where yours truly, Reno Omokri, came in. You know that Reno Omokri has a family, I think, in the United States, and is well traveled, and he has this connection. He has met Boris Johnson, the former UK Prime Minister that they usually call Bojo. That is his nickname, but his full name is Boris Johnson. Some of you know him. He has met some of these influential people in the world, and Reno Omokri came in because he knew one US mayor in the person of Mike Arnold. Let me see whether I can bring out the picture of Mike Arnold for you. I think he knows Mike Arnold. Mike Arnold has been to Nigeria 16 solid times. So Reno believed that, somebody like Mike Arnold, being a former lawmaker in the United States, definitely Mike Arnold will be able to influence the United States government and say that, well, these things are not real. Now, I have the picture of Mike Arnold. Let me show you the picture of Mike Arnold. This is Mike Arnold. You can see him. Mike Arnold, a former mayor in the United States. That is Mike Arnold for you. You can see him right there, Mike Arnold. So Reno Omokri has had some relationship with Mike Arnold in the past, and they now thought that, okay, the best way we can address this thing, the best way we can save our face is, let us use somebody like Mike Arnold. Let us bring him into Nigeria on what we call a fact-finding mission. But in the real sense, what they were planning to do, as eventually reviewed by Mike Arnold himself, is to package something. You know what they call package something? Organize some people, some religious leaders, who Mike himself called Compromise Christian Association of Nigerian Leaders. Maybe it is the office of the National Security Advisor or Reno Omokri, I don't know, but Arnold say that they are compromised religious leaders. So Reno Omokri and his cohort, they have already arranged this religion. You know that in Nigeria, there's always a willing tool. Look at when the Muslim ticket came up. You guys do not know where those bishops, those fake bishops that they wear bishop robes for, you didn't know where they just came up from nowhere. That is Nigeria for you. Nigeria is a theater of the absurd. So these people, they came up from nowhere. Same also. And this, when Mike Arnold came into Nigeria, he came with another person. That one is a filmmaker. He likes to record things. So on the invitation of Reno Omokri, and according to Mike Arnold, National Security Advisor Nuhu Ribadu, he came into Nigeria on what they call a fact-finding mission. If you don't understand what I'm saying, I'm trying to tell you that Nigerian government spend their own money to bring Americana come to Nigeria on what they call fact-finding mission as regards the matter with the ground, so that the man can go back to the United States and go and tell the United States government that, oh no, United States government, you are wrong. What I saw in Nigeria is different. That is what the Tinubu government tried to plan, tried to orchestrate. That is what they try to plan and orchestrate. But yours truly, at the end of the day, it backfired. And do you know why it backfired? Mike Arnold already has his own research about Nigeria. I told you he has been to Nigeria, I think 13 or 16 times. Mike Arnold already knows a lot about Nigeria. Mike Arnold has already been involved in researching religious persecution in Nigeria for so many years. In fact, I think his adopted father, something like that, is a Nigerian, and he said he usually come to Nigeria with that particular man. So Mike Arnold, from what is going on, he has some strong information about Nigeria. But then, Reno Omokri and the National Security Advisor, according to Mike Arnold himself, believe that if we can bring this man, You understand? If we fit package this man come Nigeria, maybe we just package am. When he come, we go, we go dey teleguide am. You know wetin dem dey call teleguide, in the sense that we go tell am where he go. Oh yeah, go this way. Oh yeah, go that way. Arrange meeting with this one. So Reno Omokri was the one that was, doing the, should I say, architect's job, if I can use that word. So he was the one that was in charge of it. Maybe he had told the Nigerian government that, don't worry, I can fix this. Don't forget that this is not the first time that Reno Omokri is doing such a, did I say, dirty job in code. Don't forget that when the Lagos Calabar Coastal Highway, when it became a scandal, and people were saying, oh, Tinubu, why you dey lie? This thing where you commission, it no reach 30 kilometers. You say you want do, is it 700 or something kilometer, or is it one outrageous figure like that? That this 30, where you say you the commission, are even lie. When it became a matter of public outrage, and it was embarrassing the president, fixer in quote, Reno Omokri came in and he decided that, well, he would fix the situation for Nigerian government. He gathered media, he gathered the press in Nigeria, Arise News, Channels TV, AIT, any reputable media station, he gathered them together. He said he was spending his own money. Whether that is true or not, I don't know. But he said he was on a fact-finding mission. And you know that he has always supported the government of Bola Tinubu, and he carried the Nigerian media. And you know that in Nigeria, if government is interested in a case, some of these people that they always fear. So at the end of the day, he gathered them, they went on the road, and they reported that, oh, the 30 kilometer is correct. Maybe apparently just to douse the tension. But after that, a guy came up. I've forgotten his YouTube channel now. I wish I can remember. I think is it not Object TV Media or something like that. The guy went to the road and he said, no, Reno, you are wrong. What the information you gave is even not correct. And it led to an altercation between them. But summarily, Reno was able to fix that situation for Nigerian government. So maybe because, and I use my word, maybe because he was able to fix that situation for Nigerian government, Reno Omokri would have believed that, oh, he has everything under control, and definitely he can always make things happen for Nigerian government. Perhaps Nigerian government has also, gained trust or believed in him that, oh, Reno Omokri should be able to fix this situation for us, so that we would escape the sanction of Donald Trump and the US government. And at that point in time, I don't know what transpired, but then as Nigerian government, they were roaring outside, but they were panicking inside, in the sense that Daniel Bola released, made a social media post. Let me try and get it for you. I hope I will be able to find it. He made a social media post where he was abusing a US senator. And I think I've shared it with you guys before, but for the sake of people that are just watching me, yes, I found it. I said Nigerian government was how did I put it? Nigerian government was roaring outside, but they were panicking inside. You know that when you are panicking inside and you are afraid, your liver they caught. But then outside, you form strong guy that get out. What do you mean? Nothing they happen. What do you mean? That is exactly what happened. Now let me read you this post of Daniel Bola, President Bola Tinubu spokesman. Now look at this. Look at it very well, because I will read it out for you, but I can't read it out while showing you, because I won't be able to see what I'm reading. So now, did you see it very well? Take note of this photo. Now, let me read that particular post for you. You see it? It restores. It says, this is another interview where Senator Money for hand, back for ground. Ted Cruz wanted to topple Iran, and Tucker Carlson asked him a kindergarten question and he started stammering. So Nigerian government were abusing, the US lawmakers who in the United States that believe that there's persecution against Christians in Nigeria. Nigerian government were busy abusing them, were busy attacking them, the aides of the president, unintelligently, I must say, presidential, I must say. They were busy attacking these key guys in the United States, but you didn't know that at the back end they were panicking. So that is why some of you, if you see something on the media, you believe that, oh, this Nigerian government is strong, but you know that not lie, that they panic for back. Then they looked at how we fit salvage this situation, and that is where Reno Omokri now came in. And when they brought Mike Arnold to Nigeria, in what we can call a clever RNG package, in the sense that let's bring this man to Nigeria, let us arrange something, let us make him feel good. Then he will be our voice in the United States. He will go back to the US government as a former lawmaker. He will be able to report that no, there is no genocidal killings in Nigeria. So Nigerian government shortcut, the normal Nigerian way. Rather than for you to address the issues, if you are watching me, please like this video. Give me likes, my people. Shower me with likes. Inspire me with likes. Press the love button. You can press it as much as possible. Subscribe if you are yet to join this community by subscribing. Turn on your notification button as well. So as I was saying, the United States, the Tinubu government, through Reno Omokri, decide to fix the situation rather than to tackle it. Now, it is more easier for them to fix it, because if the US stop talking, definitely everything will be under control. What they need is for the government of the United States to stop talking, and immediately the US government stop talking, then definitely they would be happy. They would know that yes, everything is under control. So what they want is for the US government to stop talking, but then the US government apparently refused to stop talking. Instead of that, they decide to speak more and more as situation in Nigeria. I'm sorry, I need to I don't do this. I mistakenly do my okay, sorry, I've gotten this brightness back. So they need to decide that, oh, what can we do to save the situation? Now, let me now take you on a journey, which is that when the man, Mike Arnold, when he got into Nigeria, they took him round. The man said that, well, I wasn't even able to spend 10 minutes. I was just able to change my shirt. Upon landing in Nigeria, Reno Omokri has already orchestrated should I say, media something, right? He has already planned meeting with the Christian Association of Nigeria just to arrange something. So Reno Omokri was, good in that regard. He was helpful to the Nigerian government in terms of arranging something. But then again, unfortunately, his arrangement backfired. How did it backfire? Let me share it with you. Don't forget that these people were sponsored to Nigeria by Reno Omokri, which means that maybe it was government money or Reno Omokri's money that they used to sponsor them to Nigeria. Now let me go into the post of the man Mike Arnold. I'm trying to go into it because he has posted a lot about Nigeria, and I'm trying to capture it right from the beginning to give you an holistic view of what happened. So, okay, I think I have it. Okay, I have it. Okay, I'm trying to get that particular page, right? I told you earlier that the man has spent years researching about Nigeria. Look at what he said here, Mike Arnold. Look at it. You can see it. He said, I have spent 5 years on the front line of the Nigerian genocide. Nigeria is an amazing nation full of vibrant people and vast natural resources with enormous potential. In this post, I spell out exactly why 7,087 Christians have been slaughtered in the first 8 months of 2025 alone, an average of 32 deaths per day, and what must be done to it. And he shared a link in that particular post. You can see him. That's Mike Arnold in Nigeria. Let me see whether I can bold the picture. Look at him. You can see him in the Nigerian community. The Oyibo man, we sit down with one Nigerian lady there. You see her? That is Mike Arnold. Now, let us go further. That is his post. Then, suddenly, he made another post. He said, a new 9/11 is, look at this. Look at this. He said, a new 9/11 brewing in Nigeria. 9/11, when the US, the Twin Tower, or what do they usually call it in US, was bombed in the United States. He said a new 9/11 is brewing, not from Kabul, Nigeria. I've seen the blood minerals, the genocide, the cover-ups, and yes, our supply chains are funding it. Now, he made another post. He said, Nigerian Christians are being massacred, but not long ago, it was relatively stable and peaceful country. This can happen here. We are not immune. The seeds are already sprouting. So you can see the series of posts that is making about Nigeria. And suddenly, as he was making that post, I think that because he was a former lawmaker in the United States, if you are watching me, say hi to me, tell me where you are watching me from. What part of the world are you watching me from? Say hi to me in the comment section and tell me where you are watching me from. Don't just say hi to me. Say hi and tell me where you are watching me from. Tell me where you are watching me from in this part of the world. Now, as he was making that post, I think Nigerian government was scouting for who they can use to, resolve this situation. So maybe Reno told them that, he knows a former U.S. lawmaker by the name Mike Arnold. So all of a sudden, Reno contacted Mike Arnold that, Mike Arnold, would you like to come to Nigeria? You have to convince Oyibo man. So they presented it. I see you, Master D. Master D, I remember this, your name. I think you usually watch me some time ago. Master D, shout out to you watching me from South Africa. Say hi to me. Tell me where you are watching me from all over the world, and help me like this video, shower me with likes, and also help me press the love button. Press it as much as possible. It's a good exercise for your finger. I am Arik Nenim, who is watching me from Kefi, Nasarawa State, Nigeria. He says Reno is a problem for us all. That is according to Arik Nenim, Prince Godwin Oriaku. Prince Godwin Oriaku, I think I remember that name. One of my regular viewers, he says Nigeria is a joke. I see you. Ugnin Uwakwe, I see you watching from the United Kingdom. Say hi to me. Tell me where you are watching me from. Like this video, subscribe, join the community if you are here to. Now, all of a sudden, Mike Arnold made a post. He made a post, and this is the post. Look at it. This is the post. I'm trying to show you the best way I can. I'm trying to show you the best way I can. Trying to show you the best. Look at it. Mike Arnold. He made a post. Look at it. He made a post that he had gotten an invitation from Nigerian government. I will read it out to you in a moment. Oluwatoyin Agbola, I see you watching me from London. Happy Paul, watching me from Lagos. Chris Eja, watching me from Calabar. Prince Godwin Oriaku, you didn't tell where you're watching me from. Uwakwe, watching me from UK. And Joel Keller, watching me from Benin City. Edidier Love for Blue, I see you watching me from Ireland. Olem Nicholas from River State. Mary Amelda from UK. Patrick Unwapo from Lagos. Chick Unwas from Canada. Great to have all of you. Now, Mike Arnold now made a post. He said, I am departing soon. And I need you to listen to this. I need your utmost attention now, because now I want to go into the realm of exposing Nigerian government. You would see, as reviewed by Mike Arnold. Mike Arnold is talking me now to expose and give you. Now look at hear this. Mike Arnold says that I am departing soon for an urgent trip to Nigeria at the request. See, may we not use our hand to do ourselves. If you are watching me right now, don't go anywhere, because you are about to know some of the secret of, the Tinubu boys, how they manage some of this. I told you that they were roaring outside, but from inside they were panicking. Luna, watching me from Island of Sao Tome and Principe. I see you. David Obaze, shout out to you. Williams Onwudieku, I see from Edo State. Patmont Ugege from London. Shout out to all of you. Great to have you. If you are watching me, you are yet to like this video. Like this video, subscribe if you are yet to press the love button. Now, the former US mayor said, I am departing soon for an urgent trip to Nigeria at the request of key national leaders. I am to meet with certain noble figures and then issue my objective factual view of humanitarian situation there. Please pray for me and stay tuned. That is the post of Mike Arnold before departing to Nigeria. Now, from this post, you will see that it is the Nigerian government that invited him. Right? Nigerian government used their hand to invite him, and they say that come on a fact-finding mission, right? But that fact-finding mission, there have been some arranging where we say they don't arrange and down in such a way that when he comes to Nigeria, he will see what they want him to see, he will hear what they want him to hear, he will feel what they want him to feel, and he can carry that news to the United States. And you know that Africans, definitely, because this man is an American, is a big boy in his own right. Normally, if you sponsor African or a Nigerian to a place, the African or Nigerian that you sponsor go already don't know the reason why you dey sponsor am. So you no go give bad report about you. But the man said that, okay, he has been invited on a fact-finding mission. So what Nigerian government did was to invite him on what they call a fact-finding mission, but then it is an orchestrated, fact-finding in quotes now that they want to present. So Mike Arnold made that post and he embarked on a journey to Nigeria, not alone, but with one other man. And when he got to Nigeria, this is one of the video, right? He met different people in Nigeria, Khan leaders, Murik leader, that's the Muslim rights council or something like that. He met them, but do you know what happened? Sadly, the man wasn't impressed. Sadly, Nigerian government was unable to convince him. In fact, when the man came to Nigeria, instead of Nigerian government to convince him, some of the things that he was seeing was even implicating Nigerian government the more. And do you know what happened? Rather than for the man to play along with the Nigerian government, to cover up for Nigerian government, do you know what he did? He decided to speak the truth. And now it was that truth that caused monumental embarrassment for Nigerian government. Now, I would read something to you. When he made when they organized a press conference in Nigeria, the Nigerian government, they gathered the press thinking that, oh, everything will go fine. In fact, Reno Omokri even arranged an interview on Arise News, and he thought that, oh, this interview will go well. But unfortunately, Mike Arnold, the American former mayor, disappointed him by speaking the truth on air. So Reno was caught off guard right on air on Arise News. Some of you would have watched that particular interview, and I have some excerpt of it in my video catalog as well. Shout out to Arise News; they have credit for that particular video. So the man said it the way he has seen it over the past 5 years in Nigeria. And when the man was doing a press conference in Nigeria, maybe because he didn't trust the Nigerian government, he too put on his phone and he was live streaming what was going on at that conference. He put his phone near him, blockers, near him, dollar. The phone was right under him, under a table. Look at it. Look at it. You can see the man put his phone, close to his dollar, under the table. You can see it. You can see the white man. He placed his phone right there, and he too was documenting what was happening. Apparently, he didn't trust Nigerian government. He didn't want that, okay, A will be said, and maybe Nigerian government will go and twist it, and they will say W. And true to it, this man is wise, because what is suspected eventually came to pass. After the media interview went, after the media interview had finished, or should I call it a press conference, Reno Omokri reported that the man had validated his claim, that is Reno Omokri's claim, that there was no Christian persecution in Nigeria. Then the man went mad. The Mike Arnold went mad that no, that wasn't what happened. In fact, in that particular press conference, I had to tackle you to point to your hypocrisy, to point to your, your hot and cold attitude, if I can use that particular word. Now, when Reno Omokri made that particular assertion, the man got angry. Maybe he contacted Reno Omokri. I don't know what happened. But then the man now decided to go to his X page, and guess what? He finished both Reno Omokri and the Nigerian government. Now, this is a very lengthy write-up by Mike Arnold, where he disclosed all what's happened, how they arrange, him to come to Nigeria and come and report what is untrue, how Nigerian government allegedly sponsored him, how Reno Omokri, the same Reno Omokri, is planning to be the vice president of Nigeria in 2031. This man exposed him that all those support that is giving Bola Tinubu, all those things that he's saying online, that he usually tackle Mr. Peter Obi, that he usually shout and scream all over the place. And Mike Arnold disclosed that Reno Omokri is allegedly being hired and is planning that he will be the vice president of Nigeria. Now, let me show you something before I read it to you, because it's very lengthy. It's a bit lengthy. Look at it. Sorry. It's a bit lengthy, right? You can see it from the beginning. Now, this is the secret. He disclosed it. You can see it, because I will start reading it to you. But as I'm reading it, if it's long, you won't understand, you won't understand. You can see, I will read all the secret that the man exposed. This is it. I will read everything to you. You see this picture? Matter day for this picture. This picture. How Reno go use another man Bentley take the Tengepo. You see that? You see that? Tori day. Maybe go into the Tori. Now, Mike Arnold, when he got back to the United States, he was very unimpressed about how Nigerian government was trying to change the narrative. Now, he made a post, and I need you to listen to this. This is sad. He said, the truth about Reno Omokri is sad. The truth about Reno Omokri is that Man BTV, right, from Mozambique. No place where Nigeria do. Mozambique. Man. Nigeria love foul. Great to have you. Man BTV. Mimi Amaka, I see you. Siaka Labi from Niger State. Patmont Ugege from London. I see all of you. Great to have you. Williams Ude Omu Diego. Watching me from Edo State. I see all of you. Shout out to all of you. Great to have all of you. Now, let us read this. Mike Arnold, the U.S. former mayor, he said that the truth about Reno Omokri is sad. See, please, I beg you in the name of Almighty God, I need you to listen attentively, because this that I'm about to read for you, even me, self, I did embarrassed as a Nigerian. I won't lie to you. When I read it, I felt embarrassed. Shame catch me, say I be Nigerian. Shame, it catch me, say I be Nigerian. Please help me press the love button so that others can get to see it. If you are watching me, you are enjoying me, just help me, tap the love button as many times as possible, and like this video if you are yet to. Now, it says, the truth about Reno Omokri is sad. I've seen it up close. Last year, on his birthday safari in Kenya. Please, so I beg you, listen attentively. Last year, on his birthday safari in Kenya, he stayed at my home in Texas. Most recently, he hosted me in Abuja. Now, this intro means that the man has known Reno Omokri for quite a while, just like I said before. God bless you for helping me tap the love button. Help me tap it as much as possible. And like this video if you are yet to, subscribe if you are yet to. It's getting interesting because some of you, I'm about to blow your mind with some of the revelation of Mike Arnold. Now, the next paragraph, it says, Reno doesn't lie like most liars. A lie's calm, cool, constant, up close is reptilian. I better go into dictionary. If you get spare phone, go and check the meaning of reptilian and tell us. The meaning of reptilian, somebody should type it and tell us. Is it from the word reptile? I don't know. He said it's reptilian, chilling, soulless, yet so charming. Do you understand what this man is saying at all? He said that, from what he's saying, he said Reno is wicked, soulless. You know, when they say somebody is soulless, somebody that, if you say somebody is soulless, it means that that person can kill and destroy, just like the Boko Haram is, without any sense of guilt. Soulless. When they say somebody, is soulless, it means that that person is wicked. That person no give a damn. That person can do anything without regret. Soulless, yet so charming. Do you understand what that meaning? God bless you, Joel Keller. Meaning green snake under green grass. God bless you, Joe Keller. That is another good instance. Omuke Uchenna Stanley says reptile snake. That is what Mike Arnold, the US mayor, is saying in this particular instance. It says that Reno doesn't lie like most liars. That means that Reno lie differently. He would lie and put up the lie as if it is the truth. He would lie and the lie will be flowing in his mouth. He will lie, so a lie said good is with you, and he would present it convincingly in such a way that the lie will be sold to you as truth and you will buy it. And that is the interpretation that I can give to the statement of Mark Arnold. He said, Reno doesn't like most liars, a lie scam, cool, constant, up close is reptilian, chilling, soulless, yet so charming. Now, this is where the man finished Reno Omokri. You know that Reno Omokri usually make a boast that, oh, he doesn't have any problem, he's not bankrupt by anybody, he makes a lot of money, even his Twitter page alone earns him, I also said, is it $20,000 or something? It creates like the big boy life, right? Now, listening to Mark Arnold, he says, Jeffrey Gilbert says, reptiles and full of conspiracy theory. Ndi Baker, Jude says bad, and Diaspora Diva says a chameleon. Keep your comments coming. Press the love button. Let us continue. Us now you go know say Reno sef e dey do fake life. Reno sef e dey do wetin e dey package himself. Na this man let me we know say Reno no be better person as he dey claim to be. He says once he posted, I will read this twice. He posted a video flaunting luxury cars, claiming they were his own. This is one of them. This is one of them. Let me quickly go and show you again. Bentley, you can see. Even when he posted a fake Bentley, he even mock obedient. He's obsessed with obedience. I don't know what in obedience do. When he posted, despite the fact that the Bentley is not his own, no, he claimed ownership of it and even mock obedient. Obedient sit down judge on their own. He said, obedient mocked my cars as cheap cars, so I added the price tag for each car. Where are the car no be you? You see, now Reno be that. You see your guy Reno. You see, and the man who posted it is the U.S. mayor, former U.S. mayor, Mike Arnold. This is Mike Arnold. If you are yet to see his face, let me see. Maybe I can show you again. This is Mike Arnold. You can see Mike Arnold, the former U.S. mayor that came to Nigeria. Even that picture is him in a slum in Nigeria. That place looks like Makoko because it is a water habitat. You can see, that particular area looks like Makoko. That is Mike Arnold. Now, let me go back to that reading. I'm trying to fish it out, but of course I will because it contains a lot. Yes. Now I'm back to it. Mike Arnold said, once, and I need you to listen, once he posted a video flaunting luxury cars, claiming they were his. Now, listen to this. Two belonged to a friend of mine. Reno visited, rode in them, filmed them, and claimed ownership. Did you hear what I just read to you? This thing, you can go and read it. You can go and verify what I'm reading to you. You can see, this is him on X, Mike Arnold. You can see, this is not, one Dr. Omosholadeji framing up things. You can see. It said, and claimed ownership, a total fabrication. I stayed quiet, but then started watching closely. If you missed that, I will read it for you again. But let me read some of my people in the comment section. Diaspora Diva says, I remember when Reno was parading himself as a pastor with very controversial doctrines that's when he gained a lot of followers. Livingstone says, I praise Godwin Oriaku says, honestly, I don't know why people still believe in Reno in Nigeria watching from Dubai. God bless you, praise Godwin Oriaku. If you are watching me, help me like this video. Tell me where you are watching me from and help me press the love button as much as possible. Don't let the enemies of this broadcast, don't let them defeat us. Some of you don't know that if you are watching a video like this and everything is making sense, there are some people somewhere that would not want the broadcast to continue. Make sure they don't defeat us. That's why you need to press the love button, like this video if you are yet to. That is you giving me a solid defense so that the enemies will not get to overcome us on this live stream. Support this live stream by pressing the like button and pressing the love button. Now it says, I promised to read that again, right? He said, Onsi posted a video flaunting luxury cars, claiming they were his. Two belonged to a friend of mine. That is the friend of Mike Arnold. Reno rode in them. When Reno visited the man, that means Mike Arnold's friend, he saw the luxury car. He now rode in them. He filmed them, he tripped, as they say for Nigerian parlance. Reno see car, he tripped. He trips on a car be this. So then he now claimed ownership. And upon claiming ownership, he still use it to abuse the obedient. You can see somebody that calls himself a pastor, you go film person car, instead of you to post and jeje and to just calm down, you still they use and abuse obedience. Now, the man says that was when he now started watching Reno. He noticed that, oh, this Reno, something is fishy about this guy. Now, he says, on my recent fact-finding trip, now you know that he has given you a background about his relationship with Reno, when he started suspecting Reno, some of the bad characters of Reno. Now, he's now speaking about his trip to Nigeria, the so-called fact-finding trip. Now, listen to this. He says, on my recent fact-finding trip about Nigeria's persecution crisis, he promised meetings with Tinubu, NSA Ribadu, that's National Security Advisor, and the Sultan of Sokoto. None happened. Looking back, those promises were props for his narrative, for clout and manipulation. That is according to Mike Arnold. Now, let me defend Reno Omokri. Some of you that watch my video very well, you know that I don't like anybody, I don't hate anybody. I have exposed Reno Omokri as the man exposed him. I've had some things to say about him, but let me defend Reno Omokri in this particular paragraph. Some of you, there was a video I did about Wike. Some of you, you see how I dissect issues in that video. There was a time that I had to defend Wike when I said that no, on this, Wike is worth defending. Now, on this as well, Reno Omokri is worth defending. And I will tell you why. In the sense, it said that Mike Arnold, the former U.S. mayor, says on his recent fact-finding trip about persecution crisis, Reno promised meetings with Tinubu. Now, let's be clear. Tinubu is not a man that you see roaming the street. Tinubu is the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, rightly or wrongly. Because he is the president of Nigeria, he has a busy schedule. He has a busy timeline. So Reno Omokri may make attempts, may try to facilitate a meeting with the president, but the meeting may have not been successful, not because Reno did not put his best. If you understand how government works, particularly the presidency of a country, if Mike Arnold, the former U.S. mayor, want to see President Bola Tinubu and something comes up that is an emergency, perhaps a national emergency or something at the international stage, or maybe the president was just feeling, sick or headache, and his doctors advised him to go and take some rest, definitely it may not have been possible for him to see Bola Tinubu. Not that Reno did not try. Reno may have tried, but then it may not have been successful because the person you are trying to see is the president of Nigeria. Don't forget that there's usually high lobby. People will be lobbying, some people with money. Recently, they said that somebody bribed Tinubu's security guys $1.5 million US. Buy your jewelry, $1.5 million just to gain access to the president, just to be able to see the president and meet with the president. Some people said it's not possible. I say no, it's possible. In fact, there are some people that will be willing to pay $10 million to just have a 30-minute meeting with somebody like Donald Trump, because that meeting will be a life-changing meeting. Sometimes a 5-minute meeting with the president can change your life completely. So Reno is supporting him now in fairness to God, because we all are going to die someday. So we need to speak the truth where it is. We don't hate anybody. We don't like anybody. Reno may have tried to facilitate a meeting with Tinubu, but his effort may not be successful. If Mike Arnold happened to be the vice president of United States, then his rank would increase. They will create spot for him by fire, by force. You know that power pass power, level pass level. If Mike Arnold happened to be Donald Trump, or he was sent to Nigeria by Donald Trump, they will create space for him by fire, by force. Even if it's 12 midnight, he will meet the president, right? But this one, it is the RNG of the Tinubu boys that, okay, come. So let me support Reno in that regard. Now, that of NSA Ribadu, that one I can't say. Maybe Ribadu was trying to play smart. You know that he's a retired police officer. I think he has retired. Yeah, he's a retired police officer. So Ribadu may try to isolate himself and be looking that, okay, this game we Reno won't play. So make we see as it go end, but make I not involve myself in case the thing go backfire. Then the Sultan of Sokoto, that one I can't say. Maybe Reno reached out to him or not, but the one that I can speak a bit emphatically about is that of Bola Tinubu. So it doesn't mean that Reno may not have tried, but to see the president sometimes is not that easy. Now, let me continue. My sister, or is it brother, Ugne Uwakwe says, Reno did name dropping in order to chase cloud. I don't think he had a special relationship with Tinubu. I think Reno has met Tinubu twice. Anytime he comes to Nigeria, I usually take photo with Nuhu Ribadu. I think he's close to Nuhu Ribadu. Don't forget, this man is about to expose something. No, he's about to expose something. He said Reno wants to be vice president. I'm getting there in this particular post. Right? He exposed the political, why Reno is behaving the way he's behaving. The man exposed it, and I will be reading it out to you in a moment. But so the man said, at his birthday last year, that means Reno Omokri's birthday, the US mayor now, please help me share this video, help me press the love button, let it get to reach other people. Okay, please do that for me. Subscribe also if you are yet to. Now, Mike Arnold, the US former mayor, now, he said at his birthday last year, that is at Reno's birthday, big names showed up expecting good luck, Jonathan. That is to buttress your point. Igwin Uwakwe, that you said Reno did name dropping. Now, the man is saying something to that effect, and definitely that is what I'm reading for you. He says, at his birthday last year, big names showed up expecting good luck, Jonathan. That was a lie. They left fast. That is the big people that gave. They left fast, dodging his shameless PR stunts. They thanked me for showing them the quickest escape route on a map. That is to buttress your point, Ugne Uwakwe. But then, I still believe that Reno may have tried, but because the person they are trying to see is the president, definitely it may just have not worked out. So I don't want to believe that Reno did not try, because definitely he's trying to save the government from the hands of the United States government of Trump. So definitely he may have tried. Now, let us go to what this man said. And I need you to listen to this. He said, in Abuja, now this is the man begin to vomit a lot of secrets. He said, in Abuja, after 30 hours of travel, that is from the United States to Nigeria, Reno pulled me into a photo op with the compromised CAN chairman. Again, I read that. In Abuja, after 30 hours of travel, Reno pulled me into a photo op with the compromised CAN chairman. I barely got 60 seconds to change my shirt. You know, I said it at the beginning that this thing looks like an RNG. You know what they call RNG? Now, the man is saying that he got barely 60 seconds to change his shirt. He whispered, don't mention you just arrived. That is Reno telling Mayor Mike Arnold of the United States that don't tell them you just arrived. In the meeting, I continue the reading. He implied we've been there longer. You see, is Reno a pastor? Because this Reno can lie you. That means that Reno was, I've told the people that these people from United States that are on a fact-finding mission, they have been there longer. They have been in Nigeria longer. Where are those people? They just land. They never even use 30 minutes. Before Reno arrange them, so quickly wear your shirts and put them before the camera. Now, hear this. He implied we have been there longer. He took credit for trips are funded, planned, and endured over 6 years. Now, that means that as the man has been coming, researching about the alleged genocide, persecution of Christians in Nigeria for the past 6 years, Reno took credit for everything. He took credit for everything, presenting it as part of the fact-finding mission. You know, one thing about Americans is that when they want to leak secrets, they don't care, they don't give a damn. They will say it how they know how to say it. They will say what they see. They don't know how to dance around something. No. If they want to spill the bean, they will just spill everything. And that is what the former mayor is doing here. He said, presenting it as part of the fact-finding mission that he had organized. He repeated this with the next group. That means that when they were meeting another person, Reno still said the same thing. Now, the man went on to reveal another thing, which was what happened on Arise TV. You know, I told you that some of you, maybe you didn't watch that video, that Reno was caught off guard because he didn't believe that the man will reveal some shocking truth. Rolly Ronke Moye, I see you. You saying hi to me. Don't just say hi. Tell me where you are watching me from. He said that on live TV, which is Arise News, you can catch up with the video, and I have some excerpt of it in my video catalog as well. Shout out to Arise News. They have credit for that particular video. He said on live TV, he called me the current mayor of Blanco, Texas. That means that Reno is trying to package the man as, you know, that, oh, he's a current lawmaker, whereas he is a former mayor. Now, he said false. He knows it. He also said, I'm a Republican mayor. We don't even have partisan municipal election. Now, what the US guy is saying here is that Reno, in this regard, trying to present him as somebody influential in the Republican Party of the United States, which, you know, Republican Party is the ruling party. For instance, now, something is happening in Nigeria now, right? Let's say Nigeria has gotten its priorities right. And when Nigeria got its priorities right, for instance, and at the end of the day, how do I put this now? How do I put this? Let's assume that Nigeria has gotten its priorities right and is now is now the leading nation in Africa, trying to help the likes of Benin Republic, Cote d'Ivoire, Togo, some of these smaller African nation. And let's say, oh, let me use the Niger coup, for instance. When coup happened in Niger, and Nigeria is now angry with Niger, and you now get somebody to go to Niger or should I say Niger got somebody to come to Nigeria, and they now package the person, and you are now saying, oh, this person is an APC guy. You know that Niger people, they know that APC is the ruling party in Nigeria, and you are saying, oh, this is one of the APC senators, a respected one in Nigeria. That means that indirectly, people in Niger will think that, oh, our problem is almost solved because this is a senator of the ruling party in Nigeria, and this man will be able to present our case to who? To the government of Nigeria. So that is what is happening here. He said, he said, I'm a Republican mayor. We don't even have partisan municipal election. I haven't been active in any party for 30 years. He claimed I'm a personal friend of Ted Cruz. That is the senator that I mentioned that was crusading against Nigeria. Also false. That is according to former Mayor Mike Arnold. I shook Cruz's hand in a receiving line a decade ago. That's it. So in other words, the man has not seen Ted Cruz, or he has not been close to Ted Cruz, the senator for about 10 years. Now, let me continue. He said, he introduced my travel companion as a prominent Republican filmmaker. Not true. My friend doesn't hobby projects. Nothing major in decades. I don't know what party he favors. How do you know if Reno Omokri is lying? His lips are moving. Do you know what that means? Now, this particular statement that how do you know if Reno Omokri is lying? His lips are moving. That means that the man is trying to say that anytime Reno Omokri opens his mouth, he's lying. That is what he's trying to say here. That anytime you see Reno Omokri open his mouth, he's lying. That except he doesn't speak, that is when he doesn't lie. That's the interpretation of that statement. Say, this isn't bitterness, it's accountability. When someone denies genocide, twists truth, and poses as a Christian voice, character matters. The one who practices deceit shall not dwell in my house. He who speaks lies shall not continue before my eyes. Psalm 101, verse 7. That is according to the US mayor now, even quoting the Bible. He says, Reno, I don't hate you, but I can't cover for you. I've seen too much. Reno, I don't hate you, but I can't cover for you. I've seen too much. It means say I don't see all your kurukuru, all your kurukere. I don't know you in and out. I know say you be lie. Now let's continue. It says lying to inflate yourself is one thing. Lying to cover up the Christian genocide raging in Nigeria is a bridge too far. People must know Reno is a pathological, habitual, calculating, self-serving liar. You don't say, I tell you, say, these American people, if they want to finish you, they don't know how to close mouth. The way they will just finish you, they don't care. Let me read that. You say, people must know that Reno Omokri is a pathological, habitual, calculating, self-serving liar. If you are watching me, say hi to me. Tell me where you are watching me from. Help me press the love button. Don't just sit down and watch me. Participate by subscribing. Join the community if you are yet to. Shower me with love, great people. Now, it says pathological, habitual, calculating, self-serving liar from someone who knows him personally. So they won't trust a sleazy attempt to bury the blood of tens of thousands of Nigerian martyrs with the manure spewing from his mouth. It's hard to fathom. I've never seen anything so stone cold evil. Did they hear that? If he doesn't repent, Omokri will go down as Nigeria's Joseph Goebbels, cast into the lake of eternal fire. He is gaslighting a nation while Christians and innocent Nigerians suffer. Reno Omokri has the blood of innocent on his lying tongue. He doesn't care what's an ocean of martyrs' blood to him, so long as he secures the phantom appointment Tinubu dangles before him. Don't forget that this man is a friend of Reno Omokri. Said, so long as he secures the phantom appointment Tinubu dangles before him, I'm convinced he sees the victims as lesser humans, a pure sociopath. Do you know what this man is saying? Now, the man is saying that all what Reno Omokri has been doing, the U.S. Former mayor is saying that all what Reno Omokri has been doing is self-serving and for his own selfish interest and particular gain. That is what he's saying here. Now, let me continue. Now, I told you that it's a bit lengthy. I'm getting towards the end of it. It says, most Nigerians view him as a perpetually flip-flopping court gesture. But with his latest flip into the killing field, he is now more like Stephen King's IT, an evil clown in the gutter, luring innocent people to their... You get it? Good. Reno claims he keeps meticulous records. So do I. This could get fun. By the way, his grand plan is to run for vice president under NSA Ribadu. Make I zoom and make I show you. Oh, you know the zoom. Hmm, you know the zoom. I want to try and show you that part. Okay, let me try. You can see this is it. This is, sorry. I want to show you. This is it. My hand is right under it. You can see this is it. Read where my hand is. By the way, his grand plan is to run for vice president under NSA Ribadu. You know what that means? It means Reno, he build his own strategy, he build his own structure, just so that he can run. You know that it was El Rufai that leaked that particular secret. That the reason why Nuhu Ribadu blocked his nomination at the Senate based on the security report was because Nuhu Ribadu knows, according to El Rufai now, that if he eventually becomes the minister, he would have become the minister of power. Because he and Bola Tinubu were having discussion about the power sector of Nigeria. He said he would have become the minister of power, and minister of power is one of the, should I say, juicy ministry in Nigeria. So El Rufai said that Ribadu was afraid that if he eventually, or if he succeeds in becoming the minister of power under Tinubu, that he would be a threat to him in 2031 because Ribadu has presidential ambition. And NSA Nuhu Ribadu believes that one of the people that can give him problem when that time comes in 2031 is Nasir El Rufai. So before Nasir El Rufai could say Jesus is Lord, according to Nasir El Rufai, he says that Nuhu Ribadu decide to cut him to size. Nuhu Ribadu decide to cut him to size by making sure that his nomination did not sail through in the Nigerian Senate. So you can see that as of 2023, they were already planning for 2031. You see, Nigerian politicians, as of 2023, they were already planning for 2031. Now, he says, I almost hope it happens. Nigerians worldwide, from the highest to the lowest, revile him as a self-deluded tool and emasculated narcissistic peacock. Peter Obi's used toilet paper would pull better. Even soggy, it has more integrity. Do you know what that means? Did you just hear that? The former US mayor is saying that toilet tissue paper wey Obi dey use clean im bum, wey don dey soak with water, even as that tissue wey Obi don use, even as e dey, e get integrity pass Reno Omokri. These are not my words. This is according to the US mayor, former mayor Mike Arnold. He said, but if you are a Nigerian reading this, just probably you already knew that. And that is the end of the post. You can see a lot of exposition. This is the Bentley that the man said Reno posted, and it wasn't his own, but he decided to then get with it. You can see the Bentley, and that is just truly Reno Omokri. You can see even abuse Obedient. In that particular post, Obedient mocked my cars as cheap cars, so I added the price tag for each car. Not knowing, say, Oga, now lie, you dey lie. How many lies have Reno Omokri told Nigerians? How many packaging has he packaged? Now, let me give you this post as shared by the same former mayor of United States, as regards Reno Omokri's post in 2017. Look at this. 2017, you can see it. You can see it. If you are watching me, please help me press the love button. Don't let the enemies of broadcasts like this Don't let them overpower us. Okay? Look at it. It says that this is Reno Omokri in 2017, and this was one of the things that got the man angry. He said, how to identify a hypocrite. This is Reno Omokri's post. He said, their voice is so loud, condemning injustice against Muslims in US, yet very silent in condemning genocide of Christians in Nigeria or their own country of origin. So that means that Reno agreed in 2017 that there was genocide against Christians in Nigeria. This is it. Let me show you. I'm trying to zoom in. January 29, 2017. You can see it. January 29, 2017. You can see it. So the man brought out this post and say, if you agree that there was genocide in 2017, what's happened now? The only thing that has changed is the government. That, during the Buhari era, you don't like Buhari, you agree that there was an issue. But now that Buhari is not there, you are saying there's no issue. You also created, I think, this AI generated post. It says, Nigeria's propaganda minister lies, spin denial. Truth is the enemy. And, he made a cartoon picture of Reno Omokri. You can see the US mayor. You see, it says Reno Omokri is Nigeria's propaganda minister. He lies, he spins, and he denies unnecessary. You can see, truth is the enemy. You can see it. Mike Arnold. You can see the former mayor's name, Mike Arnold. Now, I'm going to go deep into some things. Now, it says, under Buhari, Reno Omokri called it Christian genocide. Now he calls it a hoax. From prophet to genocide propagandist, he flipped on the martyrs he once mourned. In 2017, Reno spoke like a man of conscience. He exposed Fulani extremists. He warned of bloodshed. He called it what it was, genocide, and he begged the world to act. Now in 2025, he denies the very truth he once shouted. And today, while I was flying home from a press conference to stand with the persecuted, Reno twisted my presence into a headline that says, I helped him debunk the genocide. Let me be clear, he lied again publicly, boldly, blasphemously. I did not come to support Reno. I did not stand beside him. I stood beside the slain, and I will not let their blood be erased by a man chasing political favor. Reno blames Peter Obi for international outcry, as if one man's layover in DC hypnotized Republicans, Democrats, NGOs, and global Christian watchdogs to cry, Gino in unison. It's nonsense, and worse, it's evil. Why? What would Le Shaibu say? This is not evolution. This is betrayal. This is not strategy. This is selling your soul for influence. And for what? Another chance to sit close to the throne and whisper lies. Let the record be clear. Now, listen to this from the US former mayor. Reno Omokri has become Nigeria's Joseph Gosbell. Joseph Goebbels, weaponizing language to sanitize laughter, not just tolerating evil, but stressing it in church clothes. Woe to those who call evil good and good evil. Reno, there is time to repent, but the hour is late and the stain is deep. If you continue lying in the face of martyrdom, the world may forget, but heaven won't. And neither will those who bury their pastors, their children, their congregations, while you smiled for cameras. I came to Nigeria to speak the truth. You tried to hijack it. Now I'm here to expose the lie. Now I want to play you a video. I want to play you a 47 seconds video. They summarily killed a Christian man. I want to play you a 47 seconds video where the man was exposing the lie. Look at it. Let me start. And stuff. It's equivalent over words. This was when Mike Arnold was in Nigeria. Let's listen to it. Over words and stuff. It's not helpful. Let me. One thing that unearthed and included, and it's very consistent, it's very well documented, and it continues to happen to this day when whoever the terrorist group is, whatever faction it is, the general methodology, when they put a roadblock, they'll pull
pull the bus out, they'll pull out everybody in the bus, they'll separate it, Christians, Muslims, men and women. They summarily kill the Christian men. They go to the Muslim men and give them the option, join or die. And then they sell the women into slavery. That's the methodology, whether it's a village or anywhere else. The point being, there are, like you said, there are victims on both sides. And the way forward is to stand on the truth together and fight those that would kill us if we don't follow them. We have, Christians and Muslims have a common enemy. There's no reason there should be quibbling. It should bring unity to this country to fight a common enemy and not fight each other.
There you have it. That was when the man was in Nigeria and they were doing their press conference. He said a lot. I'm trying to see maybe there's any other thing. You know, he posted a lot of videos. I think I would show the video. Maybe I'll upload it tomorrow for you to have a full view. And when all this was going on, Reno decided to go into the WhatsApp, to WhatsApp the man to try and silence him. But you know what? The man still went ahead to spill the beans. Look at it. You see it? Now, let me read it to you. Now, it says, okay, let us agree to disagree. That is Reno now. Let us agree to disagree without being disagreeable. And I really don't think we should keep overflogging this. Move on, pursue your passion, and live and let live. Thank you. Now, the man decided to say more. He said that there was a better chance of it going that way. Had I not gone from this message to see the headline about how I debunked the claims of Gino. You get it? Now, that is, you can see that I've shared a lot with you, a whole lot that I've shared with you as regards how the man was debunking, the lie, or should I say the RNG of Reno Omokri. Now, let us go into other things. I've given you all this, evidence that the man was putting forward against Reno Omokri. So what I saw in this is that the former U.S. mayor refused to be cajoled or bought. They usually say, who will pay the viper stays the tune, right? But in this case, that wasn't the case because the man was able to read between the lines that no, not the lie. This lie, I'm not going to buy it. So I can say that Mike Arnold is the weapon that was fashioned against the Tinubu government, or should I say the weapon fashioned against Reno Omokri. And there's an instance in that regard, just like Wiki. Wiki is the type that, he likes to abuse people, talk down on people, fight anybody, talks the way he's so pleased. And at the end of the day, when Omoyele Sowore showed up, Rachel Wike had to keep quiet. He had to run under his bed because Sowore became the weapon that was fashioned against him. They usually say in the church that, oh, any weapon fashioned against me shall not prosper. But in this case, when they fashioned Sowore against Jason Wike, apparently it prospered. Don't forget that Wike's case is still pending on the desk of the Attorney General of the United States, the Attorney General of the state of Florida, as regards, I think, 3 or 4 mansions in Florida, United States. So in this instance, Reno Omokri himself has been, should I say, a problem in the neck of Peter Obi. He likes to defend anything that he thinks that he can defend about the Tinubu government, and he has been doing it. He has been prospering. I told you about the Lagos-Calabar Coastal Highway. Not until he did it to the U.S. former mayor, Mike Arnold. Mike Arnold became the weapon that was fashioned against Reno Omokri, and at the end of the day, everything scattered. But then again, Reno Omokri is not all shades of bad, although it's bad, but it's not all shades of bad. I promise you that I will tell you who is Reno Omokri from the way I see it. I think Reno Omokri is a smooth talker. When I say smooth talker, I really mean it. People that they can speak smoothly and they would, and they will be saying everything without one affecting the other. Reno Omokri is also an intelligent guy. Give it to him. Sincerely, it won't cost you anything to acknowledge if somebody is intelligent. But the problem is that how is using that intelligence, the way and manner that is using it, you may call it to question, but definitely you can't say that is not intelligent. Reno is very argumentative. He's the type that if he goes into an argument with you, you can be sure that he knows how to present his argument. He knows how to, argue his point in such a manner that if you are not careful, if you don't stand well, Reno will floor you. And another thing from my own lens is that now I haven't said the good part, right? There are also some bad parts. What are some of those bad parts? I think Reno is stupidly loyal. Stupidly loyal in the sense that if he's with you, he will want you to see that he is with you, and he will do everything to make you trust and believe in him. And that is what I think, what I can call stupidly loyal, in the sense that he will not think about himself first. He will fight your opponent silly. When he was with Goodluck Jonathan, anything that is against Goodluck Jonathan, Reno will fight it, and he will fight it to the last. Anything that is against Tinubu, now that is with Tinubu, he will fight it, and he will fight it to the last. But I'm still wondering, how did Reno connect Bola Ahmed Tinubu? How did he become a friend of Bola Ahmed Tinubu? Because he called him a drug baron. He said that Bola Ahmed Tinubu is not the best thing for Nigeria. So when did they eventually connect, and how did they become friends? That is something that is between him and Bola Ahmed Tinubu. But one thing, again, that is bad about him is I think that if Reno wants to support you in the process of winning an argument, he will work from answer to question. You know that sometimes you need to work from question to answer. But Reno will work from answer to question, twisting the narrative, trying to present it in such a way that if you are not intellectually rugged, at the end of the day, it would defeat you. Another thing is that sometimes it sounds, how do I put this? They present some what I can call illogical argument to prove his point. He's an intelligent guy. Give it to him. But out of desperation to support Bola Ahmed Tinubu, out of the desire to make this happen for the Tinubu administration, sometimes the way he presents his argument, he presents it in such a way that you look at it that why is this man like this? It's not that this guy is not intelligent, but why is he presenting illogical argument just to prove his point? So all these things is something that I think that Reno Omokri is using to cast, should I say, is trying to belittle his own image, but at the end of the day, to what extent? It is not for nothing. No, there's something in it for him, which was revealed by the US former mayor, Mike Arnold, that Reno wants to become vice president. I would have loved to go into the analysis of that because I know for sure that Tinubu cannot make Reno a vice president. If Tinubu wins the election in 2039, if power goes to the north, if power returns to the north, even if Nuhu Ribadu becomes the presidential candidate, maybe Tinubu has used him before under ACN. If Nuhu Ribadu becomes the presidential candidate, I can tell you that Reno cannot be the vice. If Tinubu wins the election or he declares himself the winner, in that 2031, the person Tinubu will use will be his boy. The person he will use will most likely be a Yoruba man, and that person will be somebody that is very close to him. Let me guess, maybe somebody like Boyega Oyetola is his cousin, the former governor of Osun State. Those are some of the people he trusts. Who else can he use? He can use somebody like Dele Alake, the minister of solid mineral. Dele Alake has been his boy since God knows when. He can use the likes of Wale Edu. He can use Yomi Kadoso, the governor of CBN. He can use Femi Gbajabiamila, the current chief of staff to the president. Those are the kind of people that Tinubu will use, even if he decides to use Nuhu Ribadu, not Reno Omokri. No, Reno Omokri is of the PDP origin. Reno Omokri is of the Atiku political family. Reno Omokri is from the Jonathan political family. So in that instance, Reno Omokri will not become the vice president, even no matter how hard it. If you like, abuse will be from now till tomorrow. Insult will be from now till next year. It's okay. But I can tell you that Tinubu will not make you the vice president. There's nothing except if you are able to blackmail him. Maybe you have Tinubu's record, or is it the Chicago drug files? Maybe you are able to obtain it secretly from the US government. And you now tell Tinubu that, oh, the document you don't want them to release. Me, I've already gotten it. Oh, now make me the vice president. Maybe Tinubu can be afraid and out of panic say, oh, okay, let me make you the vice president. Another thing is that don't forget that I've asserted that the Yorubas and the Hausa Fulanis, they've been greedy with power in Nigeria. They rotate it among themselves, right? That is how they have been doing. And you can see during Buhari time, Hausa Fulani president, Yoruba vice president. Now, Yoruba president, Hausa Fulani vice president. In 2031, definitely the same thing will repeat itself. It will now be an Hausa Fulani as president, and that vice president, they will orchestrate it in such a way that it will come to a Yoruba man. So Reno should stop deceiving himself, and that is why he shouldn't create enemy for himself, thinking that, oh, if he, if he does anything, it will make Tinubu to use him as vice president, just as former lawmaker Mayor Mike Arnold has just revealed that all what he's doing is to be vice president. I have some sad news for you, Reno Omokri. If you get to watch this video, I'm telling you, as a political scientist that understand the politics of Nigeria very well, that you cannot become the vice president by virtue of your political family. You can't become the vice president by virtue of power rotation in Nigeria between the Hausa Fulani and the Yorubas. Unjustly, I must say, you cannot become the vice president in 2031. In terms of trust, right? You can't become the vice president because Tinubu will not trust you the way he trusts some of his Yoruba people, and that is the person that he will. Because Tinubu knows that. If, in fact, I won't be surprised if Tinubu decide to play the Obasanjo game, which is that in order to retain his hold on power, Tinubu may go and look for somebody that is sick, somebody that will die between now and tomorrow. You know that by the time they used Yaradua was sick, right? If you are watching me, say hi to me. Tell me where you are watching me from. Say hi to me. Tell me where you are watching me from. You know that when Obasanjo decided to use Yaradua was very ill at that point in time. And as Yaradua was sick, Obasanjo still decided to go ahead to use him. So I suspect that in 2031, Tinubu may decide to go and use an Hausa Fulani that maybe is sick or maybe will be inactive or maybe that already has a terminal disease, maybe like cancer or something, but it's not just in the public domain. Then we will now use a strong political ally, a Yoruba person that he trusts, and put that one as vice president, knowing fully well that if the president that he trusts, if he dies in 2031, then the Yoruba will now take over. I foresee such a thing might happen. Another thing is that if you look at it very well, Bola Ahmed Tinubu may also decide to go and use a northerner from the middle belt. And he will say, oh, he has returned power to the north. Just as he appointed Bayo Ojulari from Kwara State, he's a Yoruba man. They are saying, oh, he's a northerner, right? Just as he appointed Professor Josh Amukwito, the new INEC chairman that his appointment has been ratified by the Nigerian Senate. Tinubu may also try that, but I can tell you the core north will resist him. So I think that Reno Omokri, if he is attacking Peter Obi just so that he can be vice president, I can tell him that, sorry, bro, it won't come to pass. And another thing is that if Reno Omokri is aiming to become a minister, I can say, okay, it may be possible. Tinubu may give him Minister of State. It's fine. It may be possible. If Reno Omokri is aiming to be an ambassador, if he's aiming to be an ambassador, I can say, okay, fine. Tinubu can make him an ambassador. But aiming to become the vice president, I don't see that happening. I don't think that it will ever happen. And let us look at it. What Mike Arnold said, the US guy, if you look at it to Reno Omokri, you can see that, well, the man seemed to have some point apparently because Reno's sudden love for Nigerian attire will leave you wondering that, oh boy, why you suddenly love Nigerian attire now? Because I remember when he did harassing Buhari out of London, Reno was dressing like OPP, something like that. But suddenly, he suddenly loved Nigerian attire, promoting made in Nigeria. And not only that, his choice of Yoruba attire. And this is just a free political advice for Reno Omokri. Now, your choice for Yoruba attire is good, is fine. Promoting made in Nigeria, something is okay. But then there is a problem in the sense that you are trying to present yourself good to a particular Yoruba-oriented government. You are trying to present yourself as a lover of the Yoruba people, and the government of Bola Tinubu being, as they call it, a Yoruba-nice government. It's okay. You are trying to show your love to the Yoruba people by putting on a Yoruba attire, sewing agbada, using walking stick, all this Yoruba cap, all this packaging, right? It's okay, it's good. You can package yourself, but there is a problem. Do you know what the problem is? And that's where Reno Omokri is not smart. Now, according to Mike Arnold, the US former mayor, you are interested in becoming a vice president. And every day of your life, when you wake up, you are abusing, tackling Mr. Peter Obi. Have you forgotten that Obi is the political ethnic champion of the Southeast, populated by the Igbo people, who happens to be one of the major ethnic groups in Nigeria? Nigeria is made up of three major ethnic groups: the Yorubas, the Hausas, as we have been taught in primary school. At one point, it became Hausa Fulani, and maybe sometime in the future it will become pure Fulani. You understand the dynamics as regards that. So, if you have support of the Yorubas, if you maybe, I don't know, have support of the Hausas, maybe some of them, have you forgotten that the Igbos, that you are showing hatred to their political ethnic star now, in terms of in the person of Mr. Peter Obi? Have you forgotten that these Igbos, if you want to contest, and you, let's say, assuming you are made the vice president, definitely you will need the support of these Igbos. Whoever is your principal, the presidential candidate, we also need the support of these Igbos. Have you forgotten that? Have you ever thought of that? That the Igbos are a major ethnic bloc in Nigeria. So if you have not thought of that, then it's something you need to think about, particularly if you want to ever become the vice president of Nigeria. You can't become the vice president of Nigeria easily when the Igbo hates you. If the Igbo hates you, they are a major voting bloc. So at the end of the day, your principal, even if they want to choose you, let's assume Nuhu Ribadu now, even if he wants to choose you, do you know what will happen? Nuhu Ribadu, at the end of the day, will see you as a political liability. And by virtue of that, he will not choose you. He would rather go and choose somebody that has wide acceptability. And that is why I'm saying that Reno Omokri is not too late, but he needs to be able to balance his personality in the sense that, be fair to how you criticize Peter Obi. Be very careful, because if you have a vice presidential ambition, definitely you need the Igbo people. That is one thing I can just, advise Reno Omokri. If you have a political future, don't ruin your own political future. Don't perish your own political future just because you want to help Bola Ahmed Tinubu to retain in power. No, help Tinubu a bit. Also secure your own political future. You can see that all this embarrassment that the US has given you now, it is a great embarrassment that is ruining your own political future. So don't kill your own political future just because you want to save Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Because at the end of the day, when you ruin your personality, Tinubu will not be there to save you or to compensate you. Florence Ofili is saying, you are still with me, my dear sister Florence. Great to have you. I didn't know you've been with me all along. If you are watching me, say hi to me. Tell me where you are watching me from as I begin to round up this session. So I think that that advice is important for Reno Omokri. He needs to watch it and be very careful. Now to the Nigerian government. You see, what I can say to President Bola Tinubu is that you can't continue to fake it. You can't continue. Tackle the problem. And one of the problem for Bola Tinubu is that Muslim ticket. In the sense that you are having a Muslim ticket and you are relating with the world power, the global power, United States, that believes in how do I put this now? That believe that no evil must befall Christian in Nigeria. But then the United States government believe that Christians are being persecuted. But the government that want to convince them otherwise is a Muslim ticket. That is one of the problems. Is the government of a Muslim, even during Buhari time, when it was a Muslim Christian ticket, and the Christian was the vice president was a Christian, a Pentecostal pastor in Redeem. Despite the fact that he was a pastor, or should I say he's still a pastor, the Trump government still went ahead to slam the Oshibajo, the Buhari Oshibajo government, to sanction them and declare Nigeria a country of particular concern. So if that can happen to a government that the vice president is a Christian, now imagine a government that has come into power with renewed vigor to protect Christians all around the world. You now want to convince that government, and you are trying to convince the government that already have some negative data and information about you. The president already have some issue with the US government in terms of whether he was involved in drug or not, whether certificate or not, and all that. His case is in the court in the United States. That one is pending. Then apart from that, there is another thing, which is that the government that want to convince the government of the United States is a Muslim ticket government. So that makes it difficult for Bola Ahmed Tinubu and his government. So what I can say is that Tinubu needs to be very strategic. In this instance, tackle the problem. Imagine, let's say Bishop Wilfred Anagbe, the man that went to the US Congress, the Nigerian bishop, that said, oh, they are killing us in Nigeria, declare Nigeria a country of particular concern. Imagine the same man going to the United States to now praise the government that, oh, the government of Tinubu is now trying. The government is now doing a lot. The government is responding to what is happening in Nigeria. Imagine, that is convincing. And the truth is that Bishop Wilfred Anagbe will not go there except you have done the right thing. Except you have done the right thing. That is when Bishop Wilfred Anagbe will go there. Already, it is too late. Tinubu has already won the election. He can decide that, okay, now I'm the president, right? Kashim Shettima, in the spirit of fairness, is it possible for you to resign? Because it's not easy to impeach Shettima. It's not easy. It's always easy at the state, at the State House of Assembly. But at the federal level, it's not always easy to remove. You remember during Buhari time, it wasn't easy to remove Bukola Saraki. It wasn't easy. So at this time, it will not be easy to remove Kashim Shettima except in 2027. But will Tinubu spare Shettima in 2027 for a Christian vice president? I will come to that in a moment. Let me read these two comments from Blessing Chibazi and Walter Dore. If you are watching me, type in your comment. Let's see what you have to say as regards this particular issue. The U.S. is concerned about Christian persecution in Nigeria, and they have indirectly, should I say, indict President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and the right word is disgrace Reno Omokri. Blessing Chibazim says, you are saying, as if you are God, do you know what will happen between 2025 and 2031? Remember that is only God that knows tomorrow. You are still repeating what I said indirectly, because I said if Tinubu becomes president in 2031, if it's a probability statement, if I think you didn't interpret the statement well. If somebody says if, it's a probability statement. For instance, if you say, oh, I want to go and sleep. If I wake up tomorrow, I will go to New York. If, that means that you have already given God his own dues, that he is the owner of life and death. That if you wake up, that is a probability statement. It means that you yourself, you are acknowledging that you may not wake up tomorrow. If you understand, so that's a problem. So I said, if Tinubu remains president of Nigeria till 2031, rightly or wrongly, the word if makes it a probability. It's different from, oh, Tinubu will be president till 2031. That means I've even, declared myself God that sees everything. So I think what I said is quite correct. Maybe is the way you interpreted it. Walter Dore says, hello, sir, watching you from New York. Great to have you, Walter. Is it Dore or Dore? I don't know how you pronounce it. Now, 2027, can Bola Ahmed Tinubu, in the interest of fairness, appease the US government by saying, oh, Shetima, oh yeah, go away? Well, the truth is, I don't see that happening. Do you know why I don't see that happening? I don't see that happening because Tinubu will want the vote of the core north again as he did in 2023. And at the end of the day, he would want to win the election. So the only way he can get Shetima out easily, or should I say, not too easy like that, is through impeachment. And I can tell you that impeachment is even the toughest because it will be almost impossible. So what I can say is the Nigerian government should do the right thing. It's just a free advice for Nigerian government. You see, in the world of today, I think Tinubu grew up when there was no social media. Tinubu grew up whereby at a time whereby if you do anything in Lagos, that matter will die in Lagos. The next street in Lagos may not even know what happened. It will die a natural death because there was no social media. But today there's social media. Anything you do can go viral within just 5 minutes. For instance, during NSAS protest, when the military, invaded the Lekki toll gate, DJ Switch was live streaming it live, and millions of people eventually got to watch that particular video. Right? So that means that the world is a global village. Maybe Tinubu is not aware of that. If you don't if you don't do the right thing, people in this community will still post that they are being massacred. If you don't do the right thing, and bandits are parading themselves all over Nigeria having a field day, people will still post the video and pictures of these bandits, how they are brandishing weapons, how they are having, a field day. If Fulani militia, who happen to be elders, some of them, not all, if they invade some of these communities in North Central, at the end of the day, do you know what will happen? People will still post it on social media. And immediately they post it on social media, people will share it. And as they are sharing it, it's going viral. So the US government will eventually get to see whatever is happening in Nigeria because you can't, control what people will talk about or share. So I think that the way out for the government going forward is to do the right thing, put in effort, heal wounds. The house that have been burnt down, just like they did in Yelwata in Benue State, where they allegedly threw a newborn inside fire. Now, that kind of thing, compensate the family, build the homes back, increase security in Nigeria. Imagine there's high unemployment ratio in Nigeria. And when you were campaigning, you said, oh, you will recruit. Till now, there's still shortage of security agencies. So I think that the president should look into mass recruitment into the security agencies of Nigeria. And when he does that, it will increase the security workforce of Nigeria. Not only that, it will reduce politicians' access to the security resources of Nigeria. All this one where governor, the hot police, the DSS, all these senators, House of Rep, that should be reduced. Put those manpower to the rural area. I've spoken about ungoverned spaces before. Push it to those areas, increase the security architecture, just so that these people will feel secured. When they feel secure, as they are feeling secure, they will report it. Imagine, as I said earlier, Bishop Wilfred Anagbe saying before the US Congress that, oh, this particular government is trying. Let me give you an example. When El Rufai was the governor of Kaduna State. There was a lot of issue in southern Kaduna. People were being killed, people were being massacred. But when the new governor, I think Ubasoni or something, when he came, he engaged the people of the southern Kaduna community, and as he engaged them, the insecurity in southern Kaduna went down, and people in southern Kaduna were now praising the governor that, oh, this tenure is different from that of El Rufai. During El Rufai era, we suffered. There was killing here and there. So in that similar vein, just an advice to Tinubu and his government, like I usually say, we don't like anybody, we don't hate anybody. If you do the right thing by providing adequate security, people in this community, they will do what? They will go ahead and begin to sing your praise. And definitely that will get to the US government, and they will see that yes, the right thing is being done. That is how you can escape sanction. But as it is right now, I can tell you with what Mike Arnold saw in Nigeria, with the information he has taken back to the United States, I can tell you that the US government will eventually declare Nigeria a country of particular concern. That one is sure. So if the US make the announcement, I won't be surprised. I won't be shocked. Because why? Mike Arnold, definitely, maybe some of the US or the Trump guys in the US will call him to say, oh, Mike, we are hearing, what happened in Nigeria, what you were posting. Can you tell us firsthand what you witnessed in Nigeria? Then we talk about Reno Omokri. That, oh, Reno, he made an RNG something, but then I didn't play ball with them. If we talk about the Tinubu government, oh, the Tinubu government, they are allegedly complicit. We may talk about the National Security Advisor. We talk about different people. And do you know what? Because he is the resource person, he was the one that visited Nigeria. Ted Cruz, the senator that is tackling the Tinubu government. I've never visited Nigeria before, apparently. But then, if Mike Arnold goes to the United States government and he gives such a damning testimony, do you want to hear the truth? The likes of Ted Cruz, the senator that is tackling the Tinubu government, that Trump must declare Nigeria a country of particular concern, those people will now say, yes, we said it, and at the end of the day, they will give him backing. And that backing will now lead to being declaring Nigeria a country of particular concern. And not just declaring Nigeria a country of particular concern, different sanctions may begin to follow. And that itself will have an effect on Nigeria's security, on Nigeria's economy, because they won't sell arms and ammunition to us. And the Tinubu government will also not be able to buy arms and ammunition from the allies of the United States. So that is much that I can say. But I think that this embarrassment, as I round up, this embarrassment could have been avoided. I feel ashamed. I feel sad that the Nigerian government is being implicated in all these, scandal and all these issues. I feel sad. I wish that as the former US mayor, as he visited Nigeria with his team, I would have loved if, as he visited Nigeria, he was able to get something good and he was able to tell the US government that, oh, I really went there. Nigerian government is trying. There's persecution before, but this Tinubu government is trying a lot of, but you refuse to tackle the problem. You now go and do one arrange, thinking that Mike Arnold, the American guy, will play ball, not knowing that the man definitely will not play ball and everything will backfire. So that backfiring, if you are a true Nigerian, if there's a Nigerian blood in you, you may not like Tinubu. It's okay. That's up to you. You may not like the police, the military. That's up to you. But then you will naturally feel bad that this is happening to Nigeria, except say you be bad belly. If you be bad belly, that you don't care, may Nigeria fall. Definitely you will be happy. But if you have that Nigerian blood in you, definitely you yourself, you will feel embarrassed that, oh, I wish this thing had not happened to Nigeria at this point in time. So I think that the Tinubu government should go all out. All these ones that bandit, they are playing, they are eating, they are whining, they are dining, they are operating with impunity. I would advise the Tinubu government to stop it, and not just stop it, try and stop it with immediate effect, just so that the Nigerian government can be able to get its priorities right, and the US government can now decide that, okay, let us see what will happen. That, okay, we are forgiving Nigeria, because as it is now, it's like the Tinubu government is a sinner, right? Oh, we are forgiving Nigeria, and at the end of the day, we have decided to let go of what is happening in Nigeria, and we acknowledge that Nigeria is doing a lot. I look forward to that. Sanction is not what we need now. And should I tell you the truth, no matter how they sanction Nigeria, Tinubu will not lose. It is you and I, it is your business, it is your family that will lose, because if there's insecurity, Tinubu is still protected. Look at all the insecurity in Nigeria. Tinubu is well guided in Aso Rock. A lot of security officials, those that will sleep, those that will not sleep, those that will do shift, those that will not do shift, a lot of them, they are there right now in Aso Rock watching over Bola Ahmed Tinubu and his family. So if the United States eventually declare Nigeria a country of particular concern, definitely if there's insecurity in the land, Tinubu will not suffer anything. It is you and I, it is the our friends and family in Nigeria, it is people of Nigerian origin that will suffer for it. So I believe that Nigerians, regardless of their political affiliation, should also call Bola Ahmed Tinubu to order and say, Nigerian government, please do something about this insecurity, because security is the primary responsibility of every government. And having said that, I just hope that the government will not be playing shortcuts. This should be a lesson for the government going forward, that if they say anything, shout out to you, Charles Azike. I see you. You are saying that. Charles, where are you watching me from? So I think that the Tinubu government should not play, should stop playing smart. If something happen, address it and address it accordingly. And it is not only about religion; it is also about ethnicity too. Don't overfavor the Yorubas, so that the Yorubas will not cry where you have left power. In the sense that if you overfavor the Yorubas, if an Hausa Fulani becomes president in 2027 or 2031, may the best happen to Nigeria. Or even if somebody like Peter Obi, if I don't know, if he eventually becomes president, if God says he would be, then he too will favor his own ethnic group, and the Yorubas will suffer. And at that point in time, I pray that Tinubu will be alive. Because look at Buhari now. Buhari created problem. Now he don't die, he don't go. The people that are suffering the problem that Buhari created, they are alive now. Hunger won't kill them. Insecurity won't kill them. Poverty won't kill them. Inflation won't kill them. Bad economy won't kill them. And they were the one praising Buhari. Buhari died in a London hospital. He was given a thorough, a befitting state burial. People that were supporting him wrongly. Oh, Buhari, say Baba. Oh, say Megaskia. Oh, say Buhari. Where are they now? They are suffering. They are not secure. Their life is miserable. But where is Buhari now? He's with his creator. Heaven or hell. He did one of the two. So that is why I'm saying that it should go beyond religion. That's what I think. It should go beyond religion. It should also involve ethnicity as well. So, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, I wish you the best. He says you are watching for Republic of Benin. Oh, that is Benin Republic, right? Oh, yeah. You said I watching from Republic of Benin. Mhm. Nigerians are everywhere. Shout out to you. Victor Adebayo, Victor, where you did since? So you did watch me, you just keep mute, you just palm yourself, right? Let me call the WhatsApp number. I noticed that most of the people that usually watch me, they are always very shy. You guys decide to, you guys like to hide behind your phone and just be chilling. I have the YouTube link. If you want it, I can send it to you. Then you'll be live with me on the program. I'm almost rounding up though, but if anybody has anything to say, just request for the link. And some of you already have, the WhatsApp number anyway. So if you have it, or also you can reach out to me. +55 13 99 666 6361. +55 13 99 666 6361. If you miss it, tell me to call it again. I will. +55 1399 666 6361. Okay. Victor Adebayo, you sent me a greeting. Oh, sorry. Maybe I've missed it. Oh, I didn't see it. Oh, sorry. Apologies. Taiwo Abiodun says, I watching from St. Louis in United States. Great to have you. Victor Adebayo, great to have you. Great to have all of you on this episode. So, in a nutshell, you can reach out +55 1399 666 6361. WhatsApp only. So, in a nutshell, that is how the Tinubu government embarrassed itself while trying to save itself through short corner and the works of fixers. Reno Omokri, I think that, at the end of the day, Tinubu himself, may eventually be avoiding him, but he won't avoid him because Reno is a good instrument in tackling Peter Obi. He has been giving Mr. Peter Obi a lot of headache, and unfortunately, the obedient, they are either too relaxed or unintelligent enough to tackle Reno Omokri and make him feel the heat as well. So I think that in the coming days, Tinubu should act and secure Nigeria. On that note, I will call it a day. Let's see what happens. I have there is a topic I'm trying to yeah, there's this case of Godswill Akpabio where his in-law, right, accused him of killing, and she exposed some dirty secret and all that. I have the video in my video catalog. I have some, analysis in that regard. Maybe I will come up with it. I also have this, PDP to APC cross carpeting. How these people are moving from PDP to APC. What is the implication of it? Is it possible for Tinubu to be a lifetime president? Is it possible for Tinubu to have a third term? Under what circumstance? And if Tinubu eventually have to third in the House of Representatives and Senate, what will he achieve with it if his political trajectory is anything to go by in terms of his relationship with power? So those are some interesting analysis. But God spare our life. I wasn't able to come live early, today because I had a lot. I had a lot to do. My schedule is so tight, but I'm happy we were able to make it happen. Let's see what happens tomorrow or next. But you can always count on me if there is any breaking news that needs some strong analysis. And as for Reno, I'm sorry, it's too late, my brother. I don't know the advice that I can give you that can save you. Because you're already embarrassed. I don't know what to say. But what I can say is just look back, reflect, be kind to yourself, be kind to people around you, and they over, how do they usually put it? They do all these obsession where they do, avoid it. And also don't be dangerously obsessive. That's the way I put. Don't be dangerously obsessive. Stop working from answer to question and present logical argument to prove your point. You're an intelligent guy. Don't employ a logical argument just because you want to prove your point. You have my best wishes, but I'm sure you can never be the vice president of Nigeria, as exposed by Mike Arnold, that you are planning to run with no ribadu. I can tell you it will not work, it will fail. Tinubu will not allow you, he will not use you. Do you know how many political dinosaurs, how many political vampires, how many political parasites are waiting, permutating, strategizing to become the vice president? In fact, do you know whether in that 2031, do you know Akpabio? Do you know whether Akpabio or Wiki will also want to, throw their hat in the ring to see whether they can snag the vice presidential ticket? Akpabio can still be vice president. It's number 3. So he may decide to orchestrate his, or plan so that he can step up and become number 2. So if Reno Omokri is fighting for something, Godswill Akpabio is fighting for that thing. Can Reno Omokri win Godswill Akpabio in the ticket? Never. If Wike is planning to be vice president in 2031, Reno Omokri wants to be vice president, can Reno Omokri defeat Wike? Does he have the financial war chest to contribute to the presidential ticket like that of Nyesom Wike? No. So you can see that the chances is almost zero. In fact, if I'm to rate Reno Omokri's chance, I will give him just 5%. 5%. You know, so that, but then, you know, dreams don't die. He may have the dream and he may believe in his political arithmetic and may be working and permutating towards achieving it. It's not impossible. As they usually say, politicians are what? Incurable optimists. Let's see what happens in the day ahead. And shout out to all of you that participate in these live sessions. Shout out to those that like the video. If you are yet to like this video, shout out to those that subscribe. If you are yet to, make sure you subscribe as well. Shout out to those, that help me to press the love button. I appreciate all of you. Let's see what happens in the days ahead. I wish government the best. Reno Omokri, I wish you the best. But remember the advice that I gave you. Don't be obsessive with Peter Obi because the Igbos are a major voting bloc in Nigeria. And if you truly want to become the vice president, definitely you can't do away with the Igbo votes. It's been an interesting time with you on this episode of Politics with your sure plug, Dr. Omosholadeji. Subscribe, turn on your notification button, catch up with my past videos. See you in my next video. I love you all sincerely.